Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Anambra, this beautiful morning.
All right, it's a beautiful Monday morning, and of course, it's a Good Morning Anambra as usual. We urge you to bring your seats closer to your TV set as we are poised to make your Monday morning worth the while.
My name is Ifi Onachukwu.
And my name is Nonya Nwokwe. Let's begin the program with the press review.
Yes, so welcome back to Press Review.
All right, it's Press Review, and this morning we have a lot of papers to look at, and of course, stories making the headlines on ABS website. Let's begin with the stories from ABS website.
Let's go ahead.
All right, exercise at Ekweme Square Boulevard suspended. A Jesco Group MD Ezoka for Tours project comments quality pace of work at Anambra New Government House project. Others. Law Week. Anambra State Chief Judge Anya Achebelo asked Nigerians to obey court order. Anambra State government intensifies sensitization against drug abuse. Addiction visits Samansi Cattle Market. Immunization. Essential vaccines save over 150 million lives. That's report from UNICEF. Soludo task engineers on professional contributions to nation building. Idemele South Chairman Obi flags of St. Gerald Avenue Road project. Namibian President Ndaitiwa sacks minister over rape allegation. Real Madrid coach Ancelotti ready for Brazil coaching job. UTMA jammed NAP's 40 impersonators. Iran's port explosion, death toll rises as firefighters continue to battle blaze. All right, that's the what you have coming from ABS website this morning.
Well, talking about the closing of the Ekweme Square Boulevard, it trended yesterday, and I was just praying. I said, God, most people don't go on, online. Okay. Or, weekends, especially Sundays, they are busy with church activities and then visiting friends and all that things. And I was just praying that people will not caught up. But this morning, some people were caught up, And you see, those people walking there, the little I saw while coming, actually, I was impressed. Others were turned back. But one old man with his old car didn't know. He was just there at the age of Aroma traffic junction. Okay. He was the only one that they allowed. Others went back.
Actually,
because of his age,
There's something I find that needs to be changed or needs to be worked on in our country. This kind of a thing, they should have started
early.
Like, give it 1 week or 2 weeks to start saying that we are going to close this road from so-so and so-so date. People should hear it before the time. Now, you don't just wake up in the morning,
like on a Sunday,
write that this thing is closed. Yes. It's not done anywhere. I don't think it's ideal because the people using the area, they are humans. Had it been they gave information to the media, we put it on air. Please, so and so date, this place will be closed. So find alternative place. You do it like 1 week, then give them chance to.
So it wasn't really sent out early. That was my fear.
Sensitization
that people don't go online. Some people don't listen to terrestrial radio, television, and traditional media. So it might affect them, and I think it affected a lot of people. But it tells us a story that we should always be upbeat with things happening to us. Always listen to the radio. That's why I love our Hausa brothers. Okay. Even if they are in the farm or even taking their cattle around in their kiosk. You call it kiosk. They are little.
That small radio.
No matter how little the wares that the guy is selling, he will always be ready to hear what's happening. And once there is an alarm, they all run away.
Yes, I think it's equally important because if you take an example, when you go to developed countries of the world, every morning, some people before they move out, they go to their system. They call it itinerary for the day. You know, I think we should learn that also.
You have to consider the level of education of people you're talking to.
You're
a woman who lives as early as 6 a.m. to go into into the village.
But they have their way of knowing what is going on. They have their way. Mama Ngozi, is ever aga? Because they normally move earlier, you know. But
it will be better for them if they had a little transistor radio.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
And have a little group that they can, you know. Well, that's it for it. You've heard in the band that that place has been closed indefinitely for now until it is announced again.
Okay.
Because of the job, you know, taking place there. So please let's really adhere and tell others to tell others to tell others. Okay. So let's quickly go to the next paper. That's the first daily this morning, and we'll go southeast. That's first the Daily Times, where we have NDLEA raids Lagos hotel, recovers 0.42 billion naira illicit drug consignment. Almost a billion. And then we have a 16-year-old boy nabbed with gun in Lagos.
Jesus Christ.
16 years, not even an adult. Okay. More PDP governors to join APC. What a news. And then EFCC reiterates warning to Nigerians on Ponzi scheme. I think let's go with these three, or do I take more?
No, let's look at this more PDP governors joining APC. You know, if anybody had told me in my dream that Delta State will move the way they moved to APC, I wouldn't believe the person, because I always thought that Delta is a stronghold of PDP. Now
you didn't know it would ever happen.
I never knew, honestly, because the way they do their things is like, you think they had one mind. You think they all believe in one. That's their party. So for PDP to move the way they moved, now I don't know whether we are turning into one party system in Nigeria.
I don't know. I think that's what they are heading to. Somebody said, if you are defecting, it's either that they have found some skeletons
in your
cupboard, or that you are afraid of losing out. That means you didn't come to serve the people, you know, or you've been offered juicy things, you know, that will make you shake, or you made your choice.
But the way things
I don't know
are
what's
going
happening
in the country, you know, I think most of our leaders don't really have the interest of the lead at heart, if you ask me, because they kind of leak their vomit most times.
Yeah.
You see somebody in a video making, I will never join this, I will never do that. The next minute, the person is jumping ship.
Almost
already.
everybody is saying,
you know.
That.
Okay, let's see the next paper.
No, I think we have.
Okay.
There's a very important article that or news item that we didn't actually.
On the Daily Times.
Yes, Daily Times. It says it's pertaining an abortion.
Okay.
You know, it says. Let me see if I can get it right. Is it slipping down? No, it's talking that some medical doctor is among people that will be punished for a little boy's, a girl of 10 years abortion. Can you imagine? It's down here. Down. After the 6, it says, I can't find it again, but I read it out here. It says that a medical doctor is among those that will be punished for the abortion of by a 10-year-old girl. Let's see if another paper will carry it so that we'll now talk about it and see the repercussions.
Okay, let's move on. The Punch newspaper is next in our lineup. Let's see stories making their headlines in front of the Punch. Defections. PDP calls emergency meeting to halt Hurricane Tinubu. We have read as there, Nigeria not drifting to one-party state. That's coming from the presidency. Exactly what I said now. APC welcomes Soboroweri, others today. And the LEA seizes 1 billion naira drugs in 80-room hotel raid. Heritage Bank NDIC begins 46.6 billion naira payout to top depositors. FG targets 70% local pharmaceutical production. Ondo doctor, others face charges over abortion for 10-year-old victim. That's the story you're looking for. Feature upgrades Lagos, Kaduna, 2 other states' investment rating. And U.S. report calls out Nigeria's trade barriers, port corruption. Okay, OPAs as Kamalat warns you before you make costly mistakes. All right.
Okay, talking about the PDP, calls for emergency. Well, are they starting that? Where have they been all this while? You see, because you're a journalist, sometimes you find yourself in national arena or national fora of some, parties, and you see the kind of discussion that goes on there. PDP had the ample chance, the ample opportunity of, getting its house together, putting its house together, because they should have known by now, after Wike's beautiful dance and romance with the APC, that any day he can ditch your party, and then he will go with a lot of people. So, and then knowing that most governors actually need the protection of if your hands are clean, you need the protection of the federal government, to work with. You need their funds, even though, Delta has all the funds, so I don't know what they are looking for. But then PDP is shouting too late. I hope it's not too late for them anyway.
All right. You see that case of a doctor, others facing charges over abortion for 10-year-old victim. I don't know. This 10-year-old, I don't know the details of this report actually, but sometimes the elders should help, in some situations or in some things happening around us, because when they perform this, the next thing, they will still do it again, and nobody will go in for it, or it will now become a norm that a 10-year-old can be, abortion could be performed on a 10-year-old.
Are we talking about the physical risk?
10 years should still be in primary school.
A girl whose productive organ has not matured, do you understand? And then you are performing abortion on her. A delicate part of her body, So I don't know what happened. I don't even know. I don't think we should know why it happens. All we should know that will happen is the punishment that will meted out on all these people. And then they need to tell us why they did that. Maybe they were trying to save the... Do you know that... I don't know if... There was one girl I saw. They said she was 10 years old. She was, the picture was brought out on the Facebook, and she was heavily pregnant. She had her breasts were so little that you wonder, where would this baby suckle if it's born? How is she going to give birth to that baby?
Honestly.
Is it through a CS or what? I just pray that God will help this baby that an abortion has been performed on, that has been helped to abort her baby. I just pray, and then who was the person that impregnated her? He should be arrested and then prosecuted.
Even the parents, where are they?
I don't know, maybe the parents were actually trying to save the girl. Maybe they were told, I don't know, they could maybe have been told that girl is too delicate to give birth. Was she too delicate to be aborted on? I don't know, it's just a scary, picture.
The only thing there is that they should try to, carry out proper investigation. And of course, if there are people that need to go in for it, they should be properly dealt with to serve as deterrents to others.
I don't know if that state has passed this violence against persons prohibition law, if they have domesticated it, and even the child rights law, have they domesticated it? If yes, apart from the Constitution, please let them use these these are 2 weapons, legal weapons that they can use to fight
against
all the people that were involved in this.
All right. Let's see Daily Independent newspaper now.
Okay. Now, on Daily Independent, we have a screaming headline: New EU rules. Nigeria may lose 20 billion naira cocoa revenue in 3 years. It has a rider. Experts charge federal government on more concrete, consistent actions. And up on the masthead, we have Tinubu not weakening opposition, nor dismantling democracy, says presidency. Stakeholders can best support for WASE, customize the exams. Okay, and Serap asked Zuckerberg Meta to pay $220 million fine or face legal action. I saw it yesterday. I said, okay. Then NDLEA rates Lagos hotel, recovers 1.042 billion naira illicit drug.
Consignment.
Yes, we've read it before. And crowds flock to tomb of Pope Francis as eyes turn to conclave. Then do we have, okay, I think that's the much we can take. Okay, let's take this one. Visa restrictions to UAE country, UAE. Cut passenger traffic on Emirates Airlines. Economy seat drops by 50%, say travel experts.
Okay, I think let's take a look at that story of hotel where billion, say 1.042 billion naira illicit drug consignment. I think this could be on a tip-off. You know, they acted on a tip-off to be able to get that.
Track that.
And I think the person that gave the information was quite sure. And this is commendable on the part of the person that gave the information, then on the part of the officials of NDLEA. If our system could start working this way, I think we'll go a long way to, you know, saving Nigeria.
You remember when the government of Anambra State made an announcement that all hotels should be registered with the state government, and then they should report
that was
appropriately late last year. Some people misconstrued it. When I saw the story yesterday, I said, wow, that what it really, I just pray that those who, you know, let the cat out of the bag on the story were the hotel authorities. Because it appears that maybe, I don't know, maybe one could conclude or imagine that that has been going on for a long time. That was why, you know, the whistleblower had to, you know, give out the information, and then it was really right, you know. And I also said the whistleblower should be protected very well. That's why they are calling for the domestication. Anyway, they're passing into law of the bill on whistleblowing so that people can, you know, tell stories.
And if that is handled well, you can guess that more people will come out to say a lot of things that they know.
That's why people are asking for the passage of the whistleblower law to protect such people. If it's done, I think people will see things, not when, you know, when they see things, they run away and say, next day I'll be the victim, you know, I'll be the victim.
Because you tell people to see something, say something. Are you ready to protect them?
Can you back them up?
Yes.
They should even be given some money, so if it's well reported.
Compensated.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't know if is there any other story we look at before we move on?
I don't think so. I think we have gone. Okay, we would have talked about this was the thing, but let's leave it.
Okay.
Let's leave it. And then the syrup asking Zuckerberg to pay
for what reason actually?
They say it's for, you know, for unauthorized usage of content. Plagiarism and other things. They said it was because of it. So the thing is that, because there was something I posted yesterday. I hadn't seen this story by then. And they said, what was it? There was one English that they spoke. One English that they spoke, that they were trying to verify if that was, what's it called? There's one word that we use for it. That's, if this has been plagiarized, if it's from someone, you know, copyright. They were trying to see if it has copyright issues. They did it for more than 5 minutes, trying to, you know, see if there's copyright issues to that post. Do you understand? I had to stop it. I said, I now had to, you know, put off my data so that if there's any copyright issue to it, they won't, you know, bar me or something, or warn me. I don't even want a warning. So if these things are done, people will be very careful when they want to post anything.
And know what to post online.
Reality, and don't post lies.
Okay. Now, let's see stories making their headlines in front of the Nation newspaper. On Nation this morning, we have Shetima Ganduje governors to receive Oboroweri into APC. With riders there, Delta agog for big political event of the year in Asaba. Okowa PDP leaders move en masse. All right, we are watching. World Bank backs the federal government job creation plan. They have no option than to do that. Feature of Great Lagos, we've seen that before. And okay, that's the much we have in front of the nation municipal. Let's take a look at Guardian before we talk.
Okay, on Guardian, we'll go to the masthead first, where we have, okay, we've taken it before, OPs, scam alerts, warns you before you make, I think it's an advert. And then here, don't don military attire, army urges now. If you like one, you camouflage. Don't wear military camouflage. These young people, Bikono, if you see military camouflage,
run for your life.
Even if it's dark or greenish or grey, Biko, run away. Okay, now we have Nigeria wouldn't be great without Agric, says Afe Baba Lola. This is good.
He knows NLC, what he's saying.
Yes, NLC cancels May Day celebration in Rivers and Edo. That's democracy for you. And then current solar industry snapshot. Solar panel imports. Okay, solar panel import ban may trigger 150% price surge, worsen energy cost crisis. Remember also, no cash above $10,000 must leave Nigeria without declaration, EFCC warns. I think this should be targeted at politicians who have places, those politicians who have places where they store money abroad. Then Tompolo endorses Tinubu for second term, says Fubara will return. Politics is playing out. And then presidency, civil society clash over Tinubu's alleged one-party state agenda. Let's hear more from the civil societies, because we've heard a lot from the government who has defended itself. Over 80 northern communities under ISWAP control, says group. You can see it on page 5 of this paper. Okay, and then Fulani headers get 48-hour ultimatum to leave Benue community. Page 9 of this paper. I read it yesterday and I said, if all, if everybody in Nigeria, if all governments in Nigeria, this is a local government chairman making declaration. And I said, I hope the governor will not, tell him to, retrace what he said, to retract what he said. No, I'm just saying Nigerian thing now. I hope the governor will not tell him to, retract what he said, because that guy was very, very intelligent. He had to call even the youth leader of his communities. And then the leader of all the youth in his communities, he called them, called the police. They called the Fulani that he's talking about, the Fulani community head called him. Do you understand? Everybody was represented, not something, they just called one or two of them, of the indigenes, and had a meeting. No, this meeting involved everybody. So, Makandi Bayana say, if there's a meeting and you didn't go, be ready to accept everything that was said there. So the Fulani community guy was there, and he knew. They said that people have been killed, and if he doesn't do this, there will be no farmer in the farm. And he even told them, he gave them a mandate, not get ready and all this. Just that mandate, that date stood, and they didn't even drag over it. They accepted that. By that, the Fulani man said he was going to make them leave the community immediately, because already they themselves knew. They knew what happened, and they were realistic of the fact that that's the situation.
I think at this point, people should be allowed to do their jobs, And if this works and other communities, take a cue from what he has done, before long, we should not be talking about Fulani headers clash any longer. Because one thing is sure, the hunger in the land is biting seriously. Every day you go to the market, things are getting high. Nothing is coming down. Instead of coming down, they are going up. Now, is 4 or 5 pieces of plantain is 2,000 naira. What you buy around 200 naira before now. So I think it's time people should be given room to do the work they've been picked.
My husband went for a series of burials. People who are related to us from 19th up until Saturday. Okay. So he told me, he said, a carton of malt now is almost 12,000 naira. Then I said, this word, is there anything that you even have that has the same price as before? But the thing is that this one is alarming. Malt, I remember I bought it at 180. 1,800, 2,000. Then by 2,500, we were crying, we were shouting. 3,000, we said the world was ending. Now, a crate of malt between 11,000 and 12,000. Can you beat that? So, what about people who have ceremonies to organize? What do they do? I think government should do something.
All right, let's
Urgently.
look at this statement from Afeba Balola. I see it as a man that is, he's being practical about what he's saying. Because when you, according to people that have been there, you know, they have a series of farms going on in that university he built there. And I believe that people reading agriculture in that university should be practicing it.
I just pray. That was my thought.
I think he's speaking from, you know, a point of, I'm saying what I actually know about, or what I know that is possible. There is possibility in what I'm saying.
I think, you know, we have a lot of solutions that have been proffered through the radio, television, social media, newspapers, and all these. If government should take about 2% of it, people won't be talking against them like that. Do you understand? Sometimes you don't see people's opinions, objective opinions, as from the opposition. Just take, like I keep telling my children, if somebody talks down on you, take a look at your life and then pick out those pieces and then keep going. Don't even go and fight with the person, leave the person. If the person actually said the truth, he has helped you. But if he didn't say the truth, one day he will come and look for your favor. He will talk about you. And it's then that God will judge the person. So government should please take a cue from some of these things that are online. The other day,
and criticism could actually go a long way to help them.
You know, within the last 2 days, I've seen, you know, I've read articles, I've seen situations that if a government should borrow it, not minding from where it came from, it will help. Look at it.
And this can only happen with a government that is ready to
look
work.
at a government like Ghana, that cancelled everything about you know, mining of gold in their country. They created a ministry. It's not like, it's just like an office, not just a ministry, because ministry could be cumbersome in their protocol. Something that has been established. The only link is through the federal government. And what did they say? They said that if we should create this, everybody that mines gold will have to go through there. Do you know the situation of gold mining in Ghana? The situation of gold mining in Ghana is that the little woman, the small woman in the grassroots, will be the one chaffing out gold, pieces of gold. Then when they come, another person will come, another. What's it called, in the chain, somebody else there, another person, then the person that will be reaching out to Ndiocha, those people that mine the gold, that make billions of dollars. Those white people come, not with jackets, not with, what's it called, portfolio, and then ties and suits and all these. They come well dressed, just with polo. They would just casually. We didn't even know that they are millionaires. No beautiful cars and all these. Then they will go and rip that woman and that man, give them the only money that would feed them for that day. Peanuts. So what the president is now saying, do it straight and give to us, so that their schools are all dilapidated, their water polluted, there's no farming going on again. Nothing was happening in those communities. So those monies, bring it direct. So we know the percentage that should reach them, that will empower them and then make them, those children sound like leaders.
But that's what it should be. And you know, that's how agitation started in the Niger Delta. You know, you come to take what we have, but we are suffering. You don't develop us.
What has polluted?
They are not even so selfish that they don't want you to take at all, but at least make their lives, you know, meaningful.
So why can't they copy? Why can't they copy what Ghana did? Tell all of them to remove their hands, and then you take control. If you want to come for, even though oil is getting outdated, but there are people who need that oil. African countries that need oil. It will help us. It will build us.
It will build
Let's
us,
copy
actually.
that.
All right, the Nigerian Tribune, that's the last paper we're looking at, but not the least.
Okay, so can you?
Okay, let's look at Nigerian Tribune. Tinubu's government making effort to dismantle democratic foundations Odinkalo Ojudo Jinado, 15 others won against country's march towards one-party state. We didn't fight to end military dictatorship, only to enthrone civilian authoritarianism, they say. Tinubu not building one-party state, that's coming from the presidency. And Ayo Adebanjo, a courageous leader, advocate of United Nigeria, Abure, Road, Sovivo, MPF, others, as Labour Party holds night of tribute for late elder statesman. Nasima, OPS worry over World Bank's 50% poverty projection for 2027, offers short-term measures to reverse trend. Nigeria targets single-digit inflation, job creation amid global uncertainty. Okay, 50 billion naira end allowance. We didn't rely on money released on paper as to. Okay, that's the much coming from the Nigerian Tribune. Okay,
I only have kudos to Odinkalo. Professor Chidokun Odinkalo has always been
in the forefront.
Yes, spoken for the people. I remember during the time of CAMA, law of CAMA, that's Company and Allied Matters Association article or something. It was Chidi that raised the alarm. People read it and glossed over it and went away. He raised it. And now it's dealing with civil societies who now pay tax when they are not trading. So now that he's sounding another warning, I think we should listen to Chidi. He is a man of few words sometimes. He'll just tell you things and then he keeps going and tell you, one day you'll remember that I said that. So,
and the presidency coming out to debunk that they are not trying to make Nigeria one-party system. What are they actually trying to do? They should tell us. They don't just tell us Nigeria is not turning into one-party system. Let them tell us what
they're just telling us that it was because of the good works of President Tinubu that these people were, started to cross carpet. Oh, Diego.
All right. And the other stories coming from here
about. Mine can't get up, but I'm just thinking about, Nigeria targeting one digit. How possible is that? If it's possible anyway, that we'll keep hoping against hope. Let's keep hoping against hope. Then this Labour call for what's it called? Where is it?
No, it's Aya Adebanjo's
I thought it was in this paper.
Tribute. Oh, it's in this paper. Aya Adebanjo's the night of tribute.
Okay.
That's what Labour did.
I think
they held the night of tribute for.
That's good.
Late elder statesman.
Knowing that the guy was really, and we have few of them in Nigeria that we can call elder statesmen.
And now he's gone.
Yes. So let's give him the last respect. When I was watching Pope, that day that he died, before he died, somebody, well-placed person said to me, why are they, that he didn't see that grandeur that the Pope used to have, that popes used to have, that this one was like, I said, no, you don't know who died. That this guy, that when it struck me was when, he made his last appearance, people were rushing to go and touch him. Some brought their children, put the child in the car and all these, so that he would just touch him. But they said, when I was watching, they said, these people still have that tradition of respect for someone who meant the whole world for them. Elders who have been good to you, who have been contributory to the development of where you are. So the only thing you can give the person, like in Diwo, is to respect the person. But these days we don't do that. We don't respect people. We don't respect elders. How many politicians who were elders that were good do we remember? Do we remember? I remember when Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra State, he fought tooth and nail to make Ojukwu have a national burial, and he had achieved it. Do you understand? Yes. I also remember the last governor, Aboko Edike, the day he did Oze Mezina. People had already forgotten
the heroes
that died in the war. No matter what we say, no matter where we are, no matter what we believe in now, we can never complete. We will never be complete. Our history can never be complete if we forgot those people that fought.
All right.
Do you understand? He came and celebrated them, and it was.
Now that you're talking about elders, there's something I would want to say here. For the benefit of the young ones that are, you don't respect the elders. Upon that, you still insult elders.
Yes.
Ndị Igbo si na onye fee eze, eze lo ya.
Yes.
You know, if you don't respect an elder, you will not be respected when you. And the funny thing is that, in fact, this weekend I was just looking at myself, and I was telling myself that our fathers are gone. Very soon it will become our turn to leave this earth.
Definitely.
Is a fact.
It's
Everybody will live one day. So if you think you're a young and you're Gen Z today, tomorrow you will get old and people will insult you. Don't be surprised that they may even beat you because you insulted, but they may add to what will
violence
happen to
because
you. So
you know.
I think no matter what happens, even if you feel the elder, I know why I'm saying this because it's happened to me. You know, when you see an elder, even if you don't insult an elder. It's not a good thing. Your end will be catastrophic.
Do you know
I keep saying
do you know that an elderly person might walk in here? You don't even know that the person was once an MD of this place. There was one old man is looking for you. As if it was funny. Do you understand? Do you want I've had it severally. I say, this is my DPO. Do you understand? You have to worship them. Yes, you have to venerate them. That's the
as much as you know that you think
even if they killed you,
no, there are some they may.
Even people that were hostile to my rising in this organization, the last thing I would do is to pay back, so that the person will learn his lessons. Do you understand that? While he was there, he didn't do you well. Do you understand? But then, definitely, this woman accepted me. She didn't even remember. I remembered. I forgot.
All right,
I forgave, but I remember. I still remember.
We can always go on and on this, but this the much time could allow us take on the program for this morning press review. Would like to thank you so much for being a part of it, and I hope all we read here you go back to read up and know actually what is going on in our society today.
Yes, thanks for joining us as well. My name is Ife Onachukwu. We are not done with you yet because we have our discussion segments coming. And I'm sure you will want to join us because it's a very, very beautiful discussion that talks about current things in the country. What do you know? What do you know about your safety and your health and where you work? Well, as we have Engineer Martin.
A professional.
A professional.
A professional is actually coming to speak on that. And of course, I think we are going to come up with what is happening in the developed world when it comes to safety at work. They have moved past us, so we are going to really learn from them.
And today is International Day for Health and Safety at Work. Every place in the world is celebrating it, so let's join them.
All right.
My name is Ife Onachukwu.
I'm Noyen Wokoye. Sit tight, we'll be back.
Okay. Rebecca.